It's episode 29 of the Pat McGann Show. This week, Pat is joined by Alderman Matt O'Shea and comedian Dwayne Kennedy. The Pat McGann Show, as always, is brought to you by Tiege Hanley, uncomplicated skincare for men. And now, here's Pat.
All right, we're back live in the West Loop of Chicago, the Tiege Hanley Studios. We got a banger of an episode this week. Holy cow. Bunch of Southsiders hanging out on the West Side, talking Chicago, talking the country, talking St. Patrick's Day coming up. We got a lot to dive into. Joining me is always, as much as possible, Dwayne Kennedy.
Yeah. Hey, Bob.
What's going on, man? Good to see you.
Everything. Nothing.
We got to bring in, we're just a couple citizens, as you were saying.
Yeah.
A couple citizens here. We're joined by, is it the Honorable? Do we say Honorable?
No.
Alderman Matt O'Shea, leader of the 19th Ward, city council member. How do you even have time to come in here, dude? I appreciate it, man.
You called and I came.
He's always by the phone in case of emergency.
I love the short. Like we were talking about politicians having coached responses, or you got kind of like stuff that you have in the can ready to come out. What's the gather yourself as I answer this?
I'm unlike most people. I tend to just go right into it and oftentimes probably say more than I should. Probably more blunt than I should. People like to refer to that. I get my Irish up. But most elected officials, most politicians will start off with a good 15, 20 seconds patronizing you about what a great question it is. And then spend 2 minutes not answering the question, but prattling on about whatever talking points they were instructed to stick to.
Well, you answered it, and you didn't answer it. That was really well done.
Yeah.
It is always that, right? Like, that's a great question. And
I want to thank you for that question.
That brings up a lot of other things, too.
Yeah.
And then take it to another. But anyway, it's great to have you here, Matt. And I know you're a very busy dude. How often are you out of the ward? You got to come down to City Hall often?
I would say certainly the last couple of years, significantly more time is spent at City Hall as opposed to the neighborhood. I would much rather be in the community where you can, see things firsthand. It's always good to be around the neighborhood more. But, these last few years we spent
There's a lot going on, huh?
Yeah.
That means that there's more to discuss, less, what would you say, what's the word I'm looking for?
Drama?
Less consensus, where everyone's like on the same page, kind of?
Yeah. In fact, I'd go a step further. There's a utter lack of decorum. What we've kind of morphed into, certainly.
Over what period of time, you think?
Post-pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly the last several years in the city council. You see it in the Chicago City Council, but you see it across the country.
People just less civil with one another?
There was just a TV commercial about F Trump.
Oh, yeah?
Like,
For
saying the word.
Oh, for real?
Bleeping it out. Like, and I get it. We have a real problem in this country right now. The far right is too far right. The far left is too far left. Nobody's willing to work together. Nobody's willing to find compromise, middle ground. But when people who hold office are on television saying F this or F that, that's what our children see.
Yeah.
That's an utter lack of decorum. And I get it. I'm frustrated with what's going on in the nation's capital and leadership. But when you lower yourself to that, what are we doing for this next generation with that kind of talk?
Yeah, they need to get some nuns in there. We got to get some Catholic leadership in there. Right. What do you think of our decorum? What do you think of the Walter Payton picture and the plants that we have here for you? We're trying to lighten the mood. It's very, very heavy in here.
Love the picture of Walter, the greatest football player to ever play the game. And we've got our White Sox World Series 2005. I like it.
Yeah, we're trying to get there. We're trying to get there.
Derrick Rose.
The just to bring people in about our legislative branch, would you say, of our city? Most cities have a city council, right?
Yes.
Not every city has aldermen. We have 50 aldermen. You're one of them, which is incredible. How long have you been alderman?
15 years.
15 years. Every 4 years?
Yes.
Yeah. When you are working underneath these politicians as a young guy, like you're seeing stuff, anything you were surprised to see or learn, or you're like, oh, this is how it works. Because you're kind of like, you're running around for these people, right? We had a spider reference last week in the episode. I don't think it was appreciated, but you're kind of, you had some spider jobs, kind of learning.
Yeah, I was always like behind the scenes, the guy that tried to get stuff done in the neighborhood.
The bag man?
Not the bag man, but like the guy that would actually go out and get the cat out of the tree, or the guy that would get into the house to assess, like, did the person need some mental health support, or do we need to get law enforcement involved?
This is really what I've seen you in this situation. You get into, like, you roll up your sleeves. The basements are getting water. You're on the block. You're going in people's houses. You have to really get that close to your constituents. Like, that's kind of crazy, right?
If you're going to do the job right, yeah, it's it's not glorious. It's not TV. If you're going to do the job right, you got to be out there. You got to show people that you actually care, and you want to improve situations. You want to find solutions, and sometimes that's getting your.
You do all of that? Can you counsel? Can you talk to my?
So yeah, there are people that have been at it for a while. When you are dealing with other aldermen, like, there's got to be like, you got like a team of people that you always kind of caucus with or trust. I mean, where's the trust level among the 50 aldermen right now?
There's a lot of mistrust. There's a lot of frustration. I would describe myself as a moderate, as a centrist.
We'll figure that out by the end of this episode.
Yeah.
We'll be the judge of that. No.
I'm always willing to work with anybody who wants to find middle ground. Too often in politics, everything's a negotiation, everything's a compromise. We're going to sit down. You should walk away unhappy about something you didn't get out of the deal, and I should walk away unhappy about something. But no one should ever expect to walk away like, I got everything I wanted.
Right. Because that means it's going to be at somebody else's expense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Typically the taxpayer's expense.
Yeah.
So there's several aldermen, most recently during this budget season that we work closely with. And, my door's always open to try to find middle ground.
The Pat McGann Show is presented to you by Tiege Hanley. Uncomplicated skincare for men. You're seriously washing your face with a 3-in-1 body wash? You still use a flip phone too? Working on MySpace post? No wonder your face looks like a rotten jack-o'-lantern. Meet Tiege Hanley. It's got everything you need to be attractive. Science-backed, foolproof, no 12-step nonsense. You wash, you exfoliate, you moisturize. 24,000 reviews, averaging 4.7 stars, and over 3 million boxes sold. These guys are as legit as it gets. It's time to fix your face, boys. Go get a box of Tiege Hanley at Tiege.com/Pat to get 40% off your first order and a free gift. That's Tiege.com/Pat. Tiege Hanley. It's the way we face the day. Well, you have an engaged ward. Very much politically charged. The 19th Ward, if you can just kind of bring people in on that, how would you describe the 19th Ward and the, I wouldn't say maybe like juice or power, political, there's some clout in the 19th Ward. And historically it goes back.
Yeah. It's funny. I have a picture in my office of the last 4 people that have served as aldermen. We're all still alive, and we all still communicate. And it goes back more than 50 years.
Wow.
Man.
Whereas some wards in 50 years have had 12 or 14 aldermen.
Yeah.
We've had 4, and we all still work together. I still call those guys for advice frequently.
Wow.
I always joke that in our community, again, very educated community, a very integrated community. We've been integrated going back to the 1950s. Not a perfect neighborhood. We have our issues. But more often than not, if I'm standing on someone's front porch, there's a good chance the man or the woman I'm talking to is a hell of a lot smarter than me and a lot more knowledgeable on the topic. So I can't just BS my way through. Like that doesn't happen in the 19th Ward, as you pointed out. They're engaged and they're educated and they hold you accountable. Everything from basic city services to what I jokingly call fix my life problems.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to deal with. I mean, I feel like I help out with my kids' teams, coaching, grammar school basketball. Now, I don't run into issues with parents, but I hear things occasionally. And sometimes it's more like the school stuff. But you're dealing with these people on another level. Like, in a way, you got to deal with a lot of parents, a lot of Karens, as maybe people will say. What are, like, the number one, like, roll your eye phone calls? Like, oh, come on. I can't even.
You know, we're under a flight path into Midway.
Oh, boy, I know where this is going.
Now, the 19th Ward, and that flight path is like 87th and Western, 95th and Ashland coming in from, the southwest. But it does fly over a part of the neighborhood, and I'll have people call up to say, you've got to change that flight pattern. Like this plane that went over my house this morning, it was like 200 feet above my house. An alderman in the city of Chicago has no control over the FAA flight plans into the international airport several miles from the neighborhood. But that was a call I got recently.
Okay, so a call like that, do you tell those people what you just told us, or do you say, I'll get right on that, I'll see what I can do? Or do you humor them, or do you just what do you do?
I'll be honest with them.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say I have no control over that. If you want to send me a letter, I can forward it to the commissioner of the Department of Aviation, but I'll be very honest with you, sir.
And they're like, oh, man, I got to write a letter. It's like the old trying to quit.
If nothing
trying
else,
to quit
they
Bally's.
would get a written response from somebody from the international airport several miles from the neighborhood. But I have been known to have a little fun with people who call up, and it's just a ridiculous, sometimes alcohol infused phone call from someone
in the 19th Ward.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned airports. You're on the aviation committee. What's the name of the?
I serve as chairman of the committee on aviation. Being that we do have two international airports, O'Hare, the busiest airport, and Midway, obviously also very busy. So
you learned a lot about airports and how they run, because there's a huge thing going on at O'Hare right now, and I would love to hear about it, dude. Because I fly out I'm rocking my United shirt right now. I'm at O'Hare often. What is going on with this project?
Well, we have multiple projects at O'Hare. It's interesting. I don't know. You ever fly out of LaGuardia?
Yeah.
All the time.
Okay, so you see how beautiful LaGuardia is?
Yeah, I call it JFK Jr. now.
Yeah, so, when you're talking
he
about...
died in an airplane crash, JFK Jr.
Oh, man, that's a good point. I had to call it something else.
Remember the old LaGuardia? The old, hallway?
It looked like the Greyhound bus station.
Well, it looked
was.
like Midway looked 25 years ago.
Yeah.
It reminded me of that. I kind of miss it in a way.
I do too, man. You can step right out the plane onto the street.
LaGuardia is nice, the new LaGuardia, but it is a lot of walking. It is far to get, but it is beautiful.
Yeah.
So you guys, is it the same contractors?
So, O'Hare Airport is an enormous campus. It's, a city in and of itself. There's more than 50,000 employees at O'Hare Airport.
Wow.
It's the busiest airport in the United States. It's one of the busiest airports in the world. Yes.
I know it had the time.
One of those
lost it to Atlanta.
We just got it back.
Oh yeah.
Based on connectivity and
one of those 50,000 people has a pair of my AirPods that I left on a plane.
Yeah.
And then I tracked it, and they live on Balmoral.
Oh,
they live
really?
right by the airport. Anyway,
Matt, can you take care of that?
Let's go over there after.
Do I have to write a letter for that?
What are you doing over here, Alderman? This is not your ward. Don't worry about whose ward it is.
But when you're talking about an airport, you've got to remain competitive. You need to modernize. You need to make improvements, both to get planes in and out, but also make it a good experience for business travel, passenger travel, families in and out. O'Hare's our biggest economic engine.
Yeah.
And so you've got to stay competitive. And how do you stay competitive? By modernizing and investing in replacing old infrastructure, making it a better experience. LaGuardia has successfully done it. Several other large airports have. We're in the middle of that here. This is huge for us in that it's modernizing the airport. Ultimately, we'll open up western access to O'Hare, but it will only add to...
You may be able to get there from Western?
I was thinking that too. What's that even mean? That sounds good.
But it's what you have to do to stay competitive, and if you don't, you fall behind.
Yeah. Are you going to help get a top notch at O'Hare? We need to like get some south side of that up a little bit. Because the north side,
top notch.
Me and Pat go to Top Notch after every taping.
yeah, just about every episode.
It's
We
the,
go to
the best burger. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
It's the best burger anywhere, not just Chicago, anywhere.
You don't have to convince us.
Yeah.
I am on board with that.
I used to argue with Mayor Emanuel about that.
Really?
Yeah.
What was he into?
He had some place up north he was always bragging about.
Which one? Moody's?
Kuma's?
Kuma's? Oh, yeah. Kuma's Corner?
Yeah,
That's
and I
too,
would be
first
like,
of all, it's too
come on,
new.
Mayor.
I never even heard of that.
I'm
Yeah.
sure it's a great burger, but top notch is
It's heavy
top-notch.
metal meets, it's like biker bars
Oh
vibe.
yeah, okay.
And they make huge burgers. They all have a theme. But it's nothing like Top Notch. Top Notch is like an everyday place. Kuma is you can go there like once a quarter.
That sounds
You know?
like an animal I wouldn't want to encounter.
And
So what are the major right now? The international terminal, is that the focus, or what's like the timeline of events, and when will like that United terminal? I'm just worried about how this is going to affect me and my
That's what it sounds
travel.
like, right?
What is going on with
it-
Terminal 1?
There's a lot going on, and this all started with Mayor Emanuel. This construction will go for the next 10, 15 years.
Oh,
Wow.
man. What are they-
Different phasing, but I can't stress enough that if you don't invest and modernize, you're going to fall behind. But I mentioned there's 50,000 employees. These projects, these are job creators.
Yeah.
Thousands of jobs
yeah.
are created by this, well-paying career jobs, and it generates incredible revenue, not just for the city of Chicago, the state of Illinois, the greater Midwest.
I'm excited about it, and I do hope the terminal is close to the runways, because right now that doesn't seem to be the case.
Yeah.
Right now you land at O'Hare.
Right.
Dude, and by the way, you do not get credit for landing early. Because you'll land sometimes like, hey, we got you here 20 minutes early, but it's
you
going
got
to
a
take
taxi.
45 minutes to get to the gate, and they're not going to bring the jet bridge to the door.
So as it stands, you actually arrive 9 minutes late.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's. And how do you feel about staying seated for the people that they have a connecting flight? That's a new thing too. And sometimes I'll be looking like, hey, we were scheduled to land at 1:40, and we're about to get off the plane at 1:35. So
Why do you guys still say?
we're still sitting down for these people.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll take that up with the FAA.
All right, yeah. We're just,
no,
we're just airing
I
out
won't.
all.
I know you will. You treat him like a drunk call. Yes, sir. We'll get right on that.
I'll write a letter.
Who is Tish Hanley? He's the man your girl dreams about in her wildest fantasies. He's a damn specimen who cleanses and moisturizes his handsome-ass face the right way every day. And he knows that investing in his skincare with premium products is all part of the grind. It's time for you to step out of the shadows by using a skincare system that makes you undeniable. With over 24,000 5-star reviews from man-enhanced customers, go to Tish.com to put your best face forward.
How come the Bears couldn't keep a new stadium in Chicago?
What a mess we have there. You've got an issue that taxpayers don't want to fit the bill for yet another stadium. The Bears still owe more than $500 million on what we did at Soldier Field 20 years ago.
Oh man.
That's nuts, right?
Yeah.
So,
Sound like me.
they've been talking.
And will they have to pay that?
Arlington-
No
Pardon
matter,
me?
they will have to pay that.
Oh yeah. And if they're going to leave, they should be paying a hell of a lot more. They're negotiating with Arlington Heights. They're negotiating with the state of Indiana.
What do you think about that? How do you think that's going to go?
I think now elected officials at the state level are trying to figure out a way to keep them here somewhere in the state. The other issue we have is they're the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
Right.
They're in Chicago. They want to go up to Arlington Heights. How do people vote for something that takes the Chicago Bears out of Chicago? And what does the city get for that?
Yeah.
They still owe more than closer to $600 million
Oh.
on Soldier Field from the work that was done during the Daley administration 20 years ago.
Man.
And they've had a sweetheart deal all along because they never had to own.
You know what's amazing? We're all Bear fans.
Absolutely.
The Bears use Soldier Field at best 12 days out of the year. I have to explain this for Pat. There's 365 days in a year. It's 12 days. Some
I'm
years,
kind of glad you broke that down for me.
some years it's even less.
Yeah.
And there certainly is an argument if the Bears are going to go. There's a lot of things we could do with Soldier Field. It could certainly host a lot more big events. I think it could probably host a Pat McGann up on stage with Dwayne Kennedy.
You know, that would draw tens of people. What we gonna do with the rest of the stadium, man?
We'll do it up in the Cadillac Club.
Yeah.
Yeah, it bums me out to think that they
Yeah.
would move, and it seems maybe inevitable though. And I think it's going to be Arlington Heights. I think the Indiana thing is.
I think it would just because if it was Indiana, which actually would be closer for me, but Hammond.
Yeah.
But what would that do for Pritzker's chances as far as getting reelected?
Well, politically, this has now become a real problem for the governor.
Yeah.
If the Bears leave on his watch,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's a real big political problem. So on one hand, you've got taxpayers screaming and yelling, don't give any more of these sports teams a stadium, which I would imagine if you put a poll out there would be overwhelming saying don't give them taxpayer dollars. And on the other hand, you don't want them leaving.
Right, because the moment they left and if they went to Indiana, they would say, could you let the team leave? Well, what are you talking about?
Did you have? And I don't want to put you on a spot here, but did you have?
Been on the spot.
Did
for
it
20
become
years.
a vote? Did the George Lucas Star Wars thing come up to an
Yeah,
actual
man.
vote of the city council?
And-
Did it get that
Oh,
far?
My goodness.
Was that a fumble?
Again, Mayor Emanuel recruited and was working with George Lucas on bringing that museum to Chicago's lakefront.
Like it should
Has anybody looked at what's going on in L.A. with that?
No.
We could use that revenue right now.
Man. Yeah.
Friends of the park.
That's what I was going to. Who are they? Oh, my gosh.
Dwayne
It's,
loves Star Wars.
I wanted it to be. Yeah. Who are the friends of the park, man? Who are they friends with?
They stood up and fought and were a loud voice and blocked it from happening. We certainly could have used that revenue.
And I was going to be where? Where exactly? Where was it going to be?
It was going to be south of existing Soldier Field, near the original McCormick place.
Oh, really?
That possibly, we could have done something else with, or
So you could have McCormick Place there, but you can't have a George Lucas Star Wars museum?
yeah.
According to Friends of the Park. When did that group
And
come into existence?
if you ever watch a city council meeting, it's like sometimes you're in the Star Wars bar.
There you go. Right. You all need a museum.
I think about that often. Like,
So it's open and running in L.A., this museum?
they just opened.
They did.
Oh, my goodness, man. Yeah.
Hundreds of millions of dollars infused into the LA economy. All the people in hotels and restaurants.
And they had it like the drawings I saw, most of it was kind of underground
what
anyway.
they were
It
saying.
wasn't
It
going to
wasn't-
look like too
I
much
mean,
of a.
Anything George Lucas is going to do was going to be unbelievable.
Yeah. So how can we start a petition to get rid of Friends of the Park?
Yeah, right?
Yeah. What about that part?
They're not friends of Star Wars.
They're not seem
Or
like
the
friends
Bears.
or anything, right? Because didn't they have an issue with putting a new stadium?
Yeah.
They got an issue with everything. They had an issue with this show.
They better be at the park all the time.
You should have them on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who
runs
they,
it?
though?
Who-
It's like anonymous.
Is there a face to the organization or a name or a few people?
I don't even know who's their
Yeah.
leadership now.
Yeah.
You should write a letter, Dwayne.
To who? I'm gonna write it to you.
Meet
Dear Matt.
me at the park. I'm gonna beat your ass.
Yeah. Then you gonna see who's a friend. God. Yeah, man.
Well, that's crazy. I didn't realize it was already open. I mean,
that sucks, man.
it does. It also seems kind of silly too that that there's a Star Wars museum.
But we could have had that. We could have had that, man. Like you said, business, just revenue and jobs, and come on.
Hundreds of jobs. Thousands of jobs to build, hundreds of jobs to
Yeah.
operate. I was in an event a couple weeks ago and was asked to make some comments to some kids in the crowd. And I finished with,
Shut the hell up, kids.
get,
Pay attention.
get off your phones and go volunteer for a charitable cause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every kid's got one of these $600 phones. And so many of these kids, they haven't developed socially. They don't know how to talk to one another. They don't know how to work out their differences. You see it in school. You see it in athletics. You certainly see it with the parents.
Has there ever been talk about in the city council about legislation in regard to technology and kids or phones and kids, and how much can you do?
There's legislation right now in Springfield being considered about banning of cell phones in schools.
And other places have done this?
Yes.
Yeah.
And, there's two arguments. God forbid something goes wrong. Your child wants to be able to call their parents or call 911. And then the other thing is these kids have these phones out in class, whether it's they're not paying attention to what the instructor's saying, the teacher's saying, or they're doing something they shouldn't be doing on the phone. But it's unbelievable the amount of time that is wasted dealing with children, particularly young children, with these $600 devices when they should be in the classroom learning.
Yeah, it's insane. And then you have parents texting their kids during the day too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
Yeah.
well, who's...
Hello?
Yeah, kind of insane.
Like posts and reels and follow The Pat McGann Show on Instagram at The Pat McGann Show on Instagram. If you would like to advertise on The Pat McGann Show, please email us at thepatmcgannshow@teej.com. That's thepatmcgannshow@teej.com.
Shifting gears a little bit, we got St. Patty's Day coming up. It's March. It's Chicago. They're going to be dyeing the river green. By the way, there's restaurants along the river, and they are selling seats to watch the river get dyed green. So they have packages. I just saw this. I didn't know this was a thing. So if you want to go to a restaurant on the river, have lunch that day or whatever day, it's like $250, $300 to go in there, have maybe it's a brunch style buffet or whatever it is. But they're monetizing this.
Man.
Did you hear that?
That's
Did
a good
you
idea.
ever see that boat?
No.
When the plumbers union goes out there and
Is that who dyes it?
yeah.
Yeah, the plumbers union have always had that business locked up.
The dye it's like an orange. The dye is actually orange going in
How long have they been doing this? Do you even know the history of this? They've been dyeing the river green for as long as I can remember.
as long as I can remember.
It was like the 80s, maybe?
I'd like to be on the boat and inhale all that stuff as they're dumping it off.
Oh, boy.
That's a seat I'd pay for.
And then you sue for green lung.
It kind of is and was already green all the time. I mean, that's what people always say, remember?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool when they do it because it stays that emerald green for most of the week.
That's when
Was
it
that the-
started?
That's when they started? 1960? I wouldn't have guessed that.
Was
Was it
Before
on
me.
purpose or by accident? On purpose. Okay.
Oh, that's wild.
So that was daily. That was his I mean,
That would have been under Mayor Richard
right?
J.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying. I was like, no, they only did it once a year.
No, daily. We're going again and again.
The South Side Parade, though. I mean, obviously we have the parade
Southside
downtown.
Irish.
The South Side Irish. The downtown parade I've never really been to. You see it represented in.
Can't even compare to the South Side Parade.
Yes. Yeah, I want
It's like the minor leagues and the major leagues.
and it's really heavy with some of the political stuff. It's in The Fugitive, the downtown parade.
That's right.
Remember that?
He's
He
running
kind of
through
blends
there.
in, puts a
Yeah.
hat on, and they filmed that like the real day of the parade.
Oh, for real?
I've heard that. Like they didn't even have.
because it looks authentic, right?
They didn't have
Yeah.
permits. They just did like guerrilla style.
So
Run out
people
there.
in that right place say, "Is that Harrison Ford running through the?
Yeah,
What's his problem? I thought he was doing good."
that's when Harrison Ford. He was here and he said to George Lucas, like, "Hey man, this would be a good spot for all that Han Solo shit you're saving."
We should do a museum. Other people, at the time they had no friends of the park.
Oh my God, that's your legacy. I stopped that. You know, there was going to be a museum there. Thanks to me, it's just grass. See this dirt? This because of me. They were going to cultivate this land and make millions of dollars out of it, but I was like, no way. I want leaves here.
Enjoy.
Have a good time.
God.
So the South Side Parade, though, is huge.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about the history of it.
Started in 1979.
Oh, I thought that's pretty young. Really?
Yeah. And it started as going around the block. It was just
You
Few
marched in
families.
the first one.
I did march in the first one. Well, not the very first one. The first one when they went around
First
the
was
block.
around your block.
The second one when they went to like Kennedy
Kennedy
Park.
Park.
Yeah, the wee folks of Washtenaw and Tallman. That's how this thing
Oh, for
began.
real?
And
George Hendry and Pat Coakley.
George Hendry and Pat Coakley.
Uh-huh.
Mary Ann Coakley and Mary Hendry also really involved. Like the Hendrys and Coakley families are still in the neighborhood and a big part of it. This thing blew up.
That's
Right?
funny,
Yeah.
man.
So talk about the growth of it, where it's at now. Because if you ever come to Chicago, and my daughter asks me this question all the time. When people come to Chicago, you think they come to our neighborhood? You think they ever come out here? You know, how would you get them to come out here? What would you tell them to do? You know? And the parade day is when most people probably, if you've been to our neighborhood or would ever come to our neighborhood, would be this day.
Absolutely. This Sunday, 12 noon, step off at 103rd and Western. Many great things identify with the history of our community, and certainly the Southside Irish Parade is the top of the list. There's lots of great parades in our city. There's now several parades for St. Patrick's Day. Nothing compares to the Southside Irish Parade. It's about family, faith, heritage. It's a wonderful way to showcase our neighborhood for people to see, that might not know about the history of our neighborhood, to come out. And I can't tell you how many times I hear stories of someone that they came to the Southside Irish Parade, then they went to a couple house parties. They ended up buying a house in the neighborhood and raising a family there.
Really?
Yeah. It's,
They must have been really drunk.
it's,
Babe, I'm buying a house. What?
How long is this parade gonna last? How about 20 years?
Just signing a contract with those diddly boppers on? Like, this is mine now.
it really is. It's a family parade, which is what parades should be. It's not about the politicians. It's about marching bands and families on floats. Certainly, there's some elected officials there, but it's a great way to kick off spring, too.
Yeah, they never really gave the politicians like the best place in the parade. They're never like the top, first 1 through 20.
They're in the back.
They're in the back. Yeah,
Where
and
they
they've had
should
some
be.
big names too.
Sure.
They've had some presidential.
Oh, yeah.
Candidates.
In 92, all the top presidential candidates were there.
Oh, wow.
Clinton.
Including Clinton, Tsongas.
Gary Hart, was he one of them?
Gary Hart was not there. He was at Polecats
Yeah.
nearby. He missed the parade.
Hey, get off
Pat
me.
Buchanan marched in our
Pat
parade.
Buchanan?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So how long is the parade now? Where does it go? From where to where?
It goes 10 city blocks from 103rd Street to 113th Street. At Kennedy Park is where it concludes.
And by the way, it ends at Kennedy Park.
Yeah.
Named after
Yeah.
D.J. Kennedy.
Dwayne Kennedy Park.
Dwayne Kennedy Park.
11320 South
And I'm there to greet them every time when they say, welcome, I've been waiting. Friends of the park tried to give me the boot, but here I am. Here I stand. You know, it's funny. So you said the first parade was just people. It sounded like the first parade just started out of sarcasm and anger. Yeah, you want a parade? You want a parade? I'll walk around the block. There's your parade. Now, don't bother me about it anymore.
Well, you know, there's a great story. It was, I believe it was 1980, the day of the parade. Mayor Jane Byrne was upset with many people in the city council, and she threatened to pull the Chicago Police Department from
Really? From the parade?
at the parade. And Mike Sheehan reached out to the Illinois State Police, who said,
I got a
Alderman
guy.
Sheehan, we got your back. We'll be there. You know, because that parade will have as many as 250,000 people.
Whoa.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, that's a lot of people to
Yeah,
be
that's
in
a lot of fun. Yeah.
That is so Southside, too. Like, you can't use the cops. Oh, yeah, I got a guy.
right,
We'll get the other cops.
right.
I
My
know,
nephew
I know a police force.
You know, they're
Think you're the only police force?
and the parade committee is people we grew up with. In fact,
yeah.
this year, the chairman is Bill Letts,
Oh, yeah.
and Mr. Letts, I think he's been on the committee since 1981.
He's always right there at 103rd and Western helping people start the parade.
He's in charge.
You know, one parade memory I have, a grand marshal years past was, I believe his name is Tim McCarthy. He took a bullet.
For Ronald Reagan.
For Ronald Reagan.
Yeah. And he became like mayor of Orland Park.
Yes. Yeah.
Leo, high school graduate.
See, the
served
South
with the
Side
Secret
is
Service.
tied to everything.
Yeah.
There he is. They try and kill Reagan. Who was that? Hinckley?
Yeah.
Shoots Reagan, and the South Sider
You said who was
steps
that?
up.
Like they had
Tim
several-
McCarthy jumps in front of the bullet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he sure did.
It really incredible. And I don't know who the Grand Marshal is this year, but they've had a lot of. I think we've had an Olympic hockey player. She's
Oh yeah, we've had several Olympic athletes come out to the parade in March.
Man.
This year, the Grand Marshal is Tunnels for Towers, which has helped everything from post 9/11 to veterans who have served tragedies. They actually purchased a home for Danny Golden. The Chicago
Oh wow!
police
Yeah,
officer.
yeah.
Wonderful organization based out of New York, but has also been helpful to first responders and military veterans here. And St. Christina, which is celebrating a big anniversary. So those are the two honorees this year, the Grand Marshal and the Special Honoree.
Very cool.
Hey, would you shoot an episode from the parade? Is that too much?
No, we could do that one year for sure. I don't know if we could pull it out. I can't do it this year because I'm gonna be out of town.
Yeah.
But that would be a lot of fun.
You know?
Live from the South
Yeah.
Side.
Yeah, you were in the first parade? Come on,
You
man.
mentioned the New York city. The New York police used to come, and firemen. They used to come in March.
Oh, we
They'd come in.
have hundreds of first responders from New York that
What
still
about
come.
Boston? Seemed like that would be a time.
We get some Bostonians, yeah.
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 Is it televised?
They have it on a. It's streamed somewhere.
Yeah, from County
Okay.
Fair,
Yeah.
Okay.
the greatest independent grocery store in the world.
Yeah. That's what I heard.
No doubt. I've mentioned County Fair on air a bunch of times.
Yeah.
But yeah, the parade is a great deal for our neighborhood. We also have an Irish castle in our neighborhood. We have easy access with the Metro. Coming to the South Side is pretty easy.
What's that?
We have a.
Givens Irish Castle at 103rd and Longwood.
You've seen those homes on
Oh,
Longwood.
yeah. I passed that a bunch of times.
Yeah, when you've come out and performed in our neighborhood, you've seen
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
What's the deal
Our
with
neighborhood is super Catholic. This is the most Irish Catholic thing about our neighborhood.
Yeah.
Is we have an Irish Catholic neighborhood, and then we have an Irish castle. But the Irish castle is run by like Protestants, like Unitarian. It's like it's not even.
Sounds about right.
We don't even get our own. The Catholics don't even get the Irish castle. We're on the outside of it. Like
The colonization never ends. Even over here.
It's same old, same old.
Yeah, I've passed that castle a bunch of times. I'm like, what's the
They had the
difference?
castle up there, and then they must have had leftover limestone because they built another. Was that the library? What was the Starbucks down there?
Oh,
It used to be something. Now it's a Starbucks.
Small church. Yeah.
Oh, that
no,
was
a Starbucks.
That was a small church.
A lot of the neighborhood's problems are solved at that Starbucks, Pat.
No doubt. That's where the minds meet. That's where they're all talking about you,
Yeah.
Right.
questioning every move.
Tish Hanley has changed my life. My skin has been amazing.
We're the #1 men's skincare routine in America.
When I got here, they go, we're just waiting for the podcast guest. We know you're here for pictures.
They thought you were a model?
Yeah, you guys, he's glowing. In fact, Nate Bargatze was like, your skin's awesome.
Just like I look forward to I'm washing my face before I go to sleep.
I think we haven't had any 40-year-olds on the podcast. And I said, I'm 50. And everyone goes, what?
Tish Hanley. It's the way we face the day. But listen, I know you're very busy. What is the on your plate right now? You have the aviation stuff. What are the other pressing issues for our city?
Obviously our financial stability. We're in a crisis here. We had a north of a $1 billion deficit last year.
Wow.
This year we'll be right there. Difficult decisions need to be made. When difficult decisions are made, that means people have to sit down and work together.
There was a bit of some asset selling in our city in maybe 15 years ago.
Yeah,
Some of it. The meters, the Skyway.
18 years ago.
Those were horrible.
The meters,
deals.
Skyway. Are there any other, do we have any other assets we can sell? Anything else we can?
We've
Hey, man, anyone want a river?
anytime
It doesn't flow the right way, but
anytime someone's brought up the discussion of selling off any city assets, that is quickly.
we got to hold on to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it's just getting creative, getting tighter with the. I mean, it's got to be a pain in the ass, dude. And you do a great job with the police. I know that, and even this has kind of become like signaling, or it's ridiculous, like to think that supporting law enforcement signals how you are politically or what you think. But take this out, put the humanity in it. You spearheaded this movement for Get Behind the Vest. In the budget for the police department, they don't issue our police officers bulletproof vests. They have to buy it on their own.
Oh, for real?
And I think you did a show with me maybe for Get Behind the Vest fundraising. Matt, this is one of your babies. And you have this fundraiser every year. You have the pancake breakfast. You've raised a ton of dough getting police officers bulletproof vests.
So yeah, police officers, when they graduate from the Chicago Police Academy, they're issued a vest.
Mm-hmm.
Much thicker than this vest.
Okay, good. Ooh, I was going to say.
That vest has a
real.
lifespan. It's about 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
The fibers wear down, perspiration, if it's not stored properly, et cetera, et cetera. Every 5 years, police officers have to replace the vest. What they found 11 years ago in 2014 when they kicked off this campaign was that there were police officers wearing a vest for 20, 25 years.
Whoa.
Heaven forbid something were to happen,
Right.
a bullet to the chest, that vest wouldn't save them.
No.
So the Chicago Police Memorial Foundation kicked off this campaign under the direction of Phil Klein. I was at the press conference, and I turned to Phil and I said, I'd really like to do something in my neighborhood. I think we could really make a difference. And he said, have at it. And we just had our 12th annual Get Behind the Vest pancake breakfast, which is so much more than a breakfast, but we've raised just short of $1 million.
Wow.
To purchase vests to protect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what do you do with the old vests? Do you give them to Friends of the Park?
With that money, they make one gold-plated, diamond-studded vest every year, and there's one officer that gets a vest every year. We give one away.
It's good
That's
too.
who we use the money.
Yeah.
You know, and as important as it is to raise funds to protect police officers, I think it's just another way to say we support them.
Mm-hmm.
We want to partner with them. And the only way we're going to keep this nationwide thing we have of a reduction in violent crime is if there's more partnership. And I know there have been instances of police officers that have done things, but 99% of them, men and women out there in uniform today, every day leave their house, putting their life in danger to protect people they don't even know. It's such an honorable and noble profession. I just think it's important that our community do their part, and it's something that I'm very proud to be a part of.
Yeah, you've done a great job. That's really part of your legacy. And, man, I just can't believe all the things that you've had to, like, go through these last – I mean, at one point, I thought of you as, like, having, oh, that's a cool gig. That's a great job. You get to be alderman. You're like, but, man, you've been shoving through stuff the last 7, 8 years. I mean, just guiding the people through the COVID years and dealing with all this uncertainty.
We did some great things together during COVID.
Yeah, we really did.
The three of us did.
We did?
Yeah. We did some virtual shows. We did some.
Oh, yes, right.
When you couldn't be inside, we did outdoor comedy shows.
Oh, yeah, we did outdoor shows, too. Yeah.
You know, people needed laughter. Now more than ever, people need laughter, but especially during the pandemic when, you know, you didn't see your friends, you had to work from home. Once we got the green light, we did several comedy shows that were pretty fun.
I'm going to be honest with you, Matt. Other than the death, I love the pandemic. Not seeing people and just everything shut down. That's kind of my personality.
Get to ponder more.
Yeah, ponder, get to stare at more walls. You know, it was working out great for me. I hope this never ends.
Matt's always been a good supporter of the arts and comedy, and
Yeah.
you know
That's
what's
how
cool
we
you got
met.
to do. This is pretty cool this year. I saw you at the dedication of George Wendt Way, named a street after George
man.
Wendt from our neighborhood, Christ the King. That was a great honor and really nice to highlight and bring him some love.
The Wendt family reached out last year. George Wendt grew up on 92nd and Bell in the 19th Ward.
Oh, wow.
And I thought, what a wonderful thing to honor someone who gave so many people such joy and laughter. And I'll say it again, like, we need more laughter in the world, which is why we need folks like you guys out there.
I know, and we're coming out with a heavy episode this one. Like, oh man, our city's broke. We got no chance.
Anyway,
O'Hare's going to take 20 years.
But I'm glad. I mean, I don't know why. Just O'Hare's #1 again.
Y'all busiest?
Yeah, busiest.
Yeah. We got more going on here than anybody.
Yeah, Atlanta can suck it.
Dude, talking about flying, I was in Dayton, Ohio this past weekend. Hey, if you came out to the shows at the Funny Bone in Dayton, it was great to see you. I went to school at UD. I think I've told you that. I went to school in Dayton, Ohio.
You're a flyer.
Yeah, and I am a flyer. I was thinking about I was trying to riff like on the Wright brothers on my way down there, you know? So it's kind of like, but do you ever like contemplate these dudes? That they came up with? Like, I was kind of thinking like,
let's put
just
this
being
cylinder
brothers
in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine working on this with your brother too? And you accomplish flight?
Yeah.
And that they were in bikes. Like, these guys just wanted to go places.
Yeah. Right. Anything to get out of Dayton.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm going to...
We want to bike out of Dayton? Hey, that's not fast enough or high enough. Let's fly out of Dayton.
You think they were ever selling somebody a bike and like, hey, man, yeah, I'll sell this to you, but between me and you, a year from now, we're going to be flying, dude.
We're going to be flying. And that's when they lost that bike business.
Exactly.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, whatever. Just, inflate my tire so I can get out of here.
They sold it to the Schwinns.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the Schwinn.
That's Chicago.
That's Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
Do they still make Schwinns or no?
Yeah, we still have a Beverly bike.
Just reopened at 111th and Rockwell.
Yeah, 100 years of business. They
Yeah.
opened in 1921, I believe.
Yeah.
In our neighborhood.
Absolutely
Beverly
right.
Bike. It's a Schwinn store.
Iconic
Oh,
sign.
yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're still going.
I think Orville and Wilbur were there to help dedicate this.
Have you ever seen Pat in bike shorts?
No, and don't want to.
He wears them around the neighborhood. You can usually spot
Kind of
him.
wish you hadn't put that image in my mind, Matt. Anyway, it was going good until you just said that.
Orville and Wilbur. People gave up on that name, Orville.
Yeah.
They got to bring that back.
Right?
I think
You
a
had
name
Orville
like,
Wright and you had Orville Redenbacher.
Yeah, there's two Orvilles I know, and they
Yeah.
both killed it.
They had to. My name is Orville. I could invent something. You know what I mean? Because all I'm getting is mockery from the women.
Orville was fast.
Yeah.
He had to be.
And you were in Kenosha this weekend, right?
I was in Kenosha, which is almost like a Chicago suburb, right? So I did the Kenosha Comedy Club. I don't know if you've heard of it, man. It's in Kenosha, and
How many shows?
I did 2 shows.
They spell that with K's?
All okay. Yeah, it's Kenosha Comedy Club. Like, woo! Woo! It's a rough crowd, Matt. You know what I mean? How long? Woo! Who here's from out of town? Oh, I am. Who here's leaving town? Oh, that'll be me again. Once the show is over. Yeah. But it's cool. The cat that runs it, Frank McMichael. I don't know where Frank is from. He's from Illinois. Real cool cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, real nice, man. And it's always cool up there. I got a few fans, not a whole, but I got this family that always comes to see me. Anyway, you got fans, right? I
Yeah.
mean, like, do you have like places
people
where
that
you,
come out?
like always come out, like these people?
Right.
Now, do you feel pressure? Like, man, I better. Is it any more pressure?
Yeah,
for you?
because sometimes it's a family.
Yeah.
Usually mine.
Right.
As always, the Pat McGann Show is brought to you by Tej Hanley, uncomplicated skincare for men. If you're not using skincare, it shows. And if you're still washing your face with a 3-in-1 body wash, you need to wake up, because your face looks like you slept face down on a cracked leather sofa. Meet Tej Hanley. They make skincare simple, effective, and impossible to mess up. No 12-step routine, no nonsense. You wash, you exfoliate, you moisturize. That's it. It's science-backed, foolproof, and legit. More than 3 million boxes sold. It's time to fix your face. Go to Tej.com/Pat to get 40% off your first order plus a free gift. That's Tej.com/Pat. Tej Hanley. It's the way we face the day.
Oh, yeah, man. We've always been hustling together.
Yeah.
People still talk about that roast.
Oh, yes, yeah. We roasted Matt. So Matt was running for re-election in 2016? 2019. See, all those years blur together.
How long is a term?
4.
4 years?
Seems like 8, but it's only 4.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a roast there. We had Rom there.
Yeah.
Mayor was
Really?
there.
We had
Yeah.
a pretty good lineup.
Yeah, it was good. We good. Yeah, Maggie Hughes.
Yeah.
Maggie Hughes to Paula was
Oh,
just
man,
starting
she's-
out. It was like one of her first things,
Yeah.
I think.
She's
She was
funny,
really.
man.
Yeah.
How do you do? You know what? I've never done a roast. How do you do that, man? Like you got to roast Matt. Like, where in your mind do you say, I'm gonna say this, I'm not gonna say this, and then where in your mind is
That's
you can say this or you can't?
what I didn't think about before I agreed to do that.
What were some of the? I'm trying to remember some of the jokes that were said that night. We had a good one about Rom, because we were in a Catholic school.
We're at Mother Macaulay High School.
We were at Mother Macaulay.
They have an auditorium that seats 900, and we had another 100 people standing. It was a great night, and I was sitting there taking the brunt of it, but it was a lot of talent on that stage, but it was funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
so fun. Yeah. And it was packed.
Yeah.
Mother Macaulay has a beautiful theater.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful theater.
Yeah.
And it's significant in size for a high school. I mean, it must sit a couple thousand, is it?
It's 900 and change,
Oh, 900.
but
I like to exaggerate a little bit.
yeah.
Twice as much.
Yeah,
What is
there
that? 10K? What is that? It seats
20K?
250 people.
It used to be 20K, and then Friends of the Park stepped, you want to reduce this
Macaulay's got a beautiful theater. That was a classroom.
Anyway.
The stage is something. That was a pallet. You were standing on a pallet with a tablecloth over it.
But that lighting system, it was a candle. It was a tiki torch. Huh? Where was I at?
In my mind, I went,
I was.
it was really something.
Now anyway. Just too like I was baptized Catholic. You Catholic?
Yeah, yeah.
Catholic?
Yes.
Okay. You still?
You've been listening to the episode. Hang on, let's back up a minute. You guys from Chicago?
Where am I? You know what I mean? You ever heard of Friends of the Park? Because they told me to tell you, they gave me a list.
Friends of the Park are enemies of Dwayne.
Oh, man, they suck. You know, come on. Okay, man, I know I don't live in your ward, but do me a favor. Find out who they are.
And by the way, if you're listening, you can't be friends to a park.
Yeah.
That park is not friends with you.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
You think that park loves you?
Yeah.
We have an alderman. We have never had an alderman.
Hey, man, I at first I was like, I should be more.
We only have to 49 more episodes. We're having every alderman on.
And then, Friends of the Park.
Let's go through socials. Matt, let's plug you. Where can people follow the life of the alderman? You're kind of active on socials a little bit, aren't you? Do you ever put stuff out?
I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facelift. I'm on.
I heard you say that earlier. I said, I don't think he knows what. Oh, I get it.
The Book of Faces.
Yeah, the Book of Faces. Yeah.
I'm on Twister.
All right.
When are you up again?
Next year, municipal election, mayor, treasurer, clerk, and all 50 aldermen will be February of 27.
Would you ever run for mayor?
No.
Really?
I couldn't do that to some of those people we just talked about, my wife and my 3 children.
Oh, yeah. Because, I mean, in some sense, man, your gig is never over. It's not 9 to 5. It's your whole life, right?
Yeah. People knock on your front door.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, you got to. Who do you like for mayor? Is anyone, are people starting to announce? Who do you see?
I don't know that people are announcing, but there's certainly
Janulius?
people talking about running.
Alexei Janulius. Have you heard any names?
No.
Alexei.
He for real? He's
Anybody from Friends of
would
the
think.
Parks running?
You let me know.
Brandon Johnson will probably run for re-election.
Yeah.
I would assume.
I would imagine.
Who else is in the mix?
I think they'll certainly we're hearing Alexei Giannoulis, Mike Quigley,
Oh, yeah, Mike Quigley. Congressman.
Susana Mendoza, state comptroller.
Oh, yeah.
She was city clerk for a while, too, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was city clerk for.
I always picture her name on the city sticker, which, by the way, city stickers have gone up in price,
Yeah.
but they don't get anything out of it anymore. It used to be like a drawing. A kid would draw, a kid would design, or someone in the city would design the city sticker. Now it's just the numbers. Now it's just the calendar, 11/27. That's it. That's all you get.
Kids
Can we
don't draw
can we bring that back?
Yeah.
We should bring that back.
How do we do
You
that?
should write me a letter.
I will.
See how I did that?
Yeah. That was a good
I've been
one.
close to getting things passed. I used to do a bit. I still do the bit about 57 having Memphis on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a state rep,
Well, what
Mark Blotnick. He introduced legislation to change the name 57 Memphis to like Champaign.
Something closer.
Yeah, something closer.
Something
Why
not
does it say
7
Memphis?
hours away.
Yeah, why does it? I don't even know.
And it doesn't even go to Memphis.
It doesn't?
No, 57 dead ends in the 55, and that's the one that goes to Memphis.
I know that now because I have
You went to Graceland.
I have a child. My son's at University of Mississippi, Ole Miss.
Oh yeah.
So in driving down there, you drive through Memphis.
That's a rough drive.
Yeah.
55?
Just 57 through
Oh, 57?
Illinois is a lot. It's a lot.
In Mississippi, you know what they call Chicago? North Mississippi. The black folks do, because that pipeline from Mississippi.
It's
to
amazing
Chicago.
how many people I know in the neighborhood that originally from
Yeah.
Mississippi.
Yeah, they call Chicago North Mississippi in Mississippi.
Oh yeah, from the migration, from
Yeah, from the
everyone
migration.
moving up here.
migration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Chicago is, they saw so much hope and so much potential in Chicago coming here.
Yeah.
It really made our city what it is.
Blues.
Contributed a ton. Yeah, the blues, jazz,
everything.
And now there's talk about that. They would like to have some kind of statue or something to say that this is the blues capital of the country. To have a Buddy Guy statue or something. So maybe that can be Could fight the park about that too.
Yeah. Friends, yeah.
We got good stuff coming on. Dwayne, where are you going to be next? Anything coming up?
I will be at the Laugh Factory Friday and the Lincoln Lodge Saturday. That's where I'm going to be.
Beautiful.
Speaking of Illinois, Lincoln.
There you go.
You
Got
know
some
what I mean?
Chicago stuff coming up. I'm going to be in Arizona this weekend. I'm going to be in Tempe at the Tempe Improv. Then coming up in April, I'll be out in Fairfield, Connecticut. And I have something in Madison, Wisconsin. So some travel coming up. Matt, thank you, man.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it,
Thanks,
Alderman.
Dwayne.
Yeah.
Good to see you,
Thank you
buddy.
for joining
too.
us.
Thanks, Pat.
Good luck with all the stuff going on. Do you go out to O'Hare much? We should meet out at O'Hare for a little.
Every couple weeks I'll be up there for.
Could you give us like a behind the scenes? Could we go there and like see what's going on?
That would be cool.
You see any plans? You think I'm kidding? I'm not.
Yeah.
I know you're not. It's pretty cool to tour.
I would love to see it.
Yeah.
We do a podcast from there. Best Chicago movie. Favorite movie about Chicago?
I love The Untouchables.
Great.
Yeah.
Favorite song? Chicago song.
Chicago the band or Chicago?
Ooh, no, just song about Chicago or referencing Chicago.
Frank Sinatra.
Yeah. My Kind of Town. Sinatra had 2 songs about Chicago, one about New York City, in case you're wondering.
And he was from Hoboken.
Yeah,
so
he
what was he
was.
talking about?
Yeah. He didn't know anything.
No.
No, I love him. Shout out to Frank. We're going to have him on next week. All right. Don't forget to download and subscribe. But we'd love to get a review, too. Been a while since we've had a review. And make sure you're using T. Shanley lotion and looking all beautiful. Matt, we're going to give you some skincare products today to bring
could
back
use
to the
them.
19th Ward. Do you have to do any paperwork for that before we give a politician
Right.
a gift?
No, you just have to do it on the site.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We will be back next week. We got Maddie Ryan and Chris Higgins coming up. Who else we got coming up? A whole lot of great stuff.
Maddie Ryan's hilarious.
Yeah, another South Sider.
Yep.
We're bringing it. All right, Dwayne, thanks for being here. And Alderman Matt O'Shea. Have a good week, everyone. Later.
The Pat McGann Show is brought to you by the Pat McGann Show team. Producer Paula Thornton. Showrunner Tom Bambara. Audio engineer Tommy Grant. Video production Eddie Perez. Video and audio editor Madeline Curless. Organic content manager George Moster. Recorded at T. Hanley Studios in Chicago, Illinois.